Now joining us from Birmingham, Alabama, Mary C. Curtis. She is a columnist at Roll Call newspaper and the host of the podcast Equal Time. Mary, always a pleasure to see you. One thing I'm struck by after looking at this and taking you back to that day, it has been a long time coming and memories fade. In some cases, they even become more forgiving. In January of 2021, more than half the people in the United States believed Donald Trump was to blame for this riot. Today, that number is about 28%. What does that tell you?
It tells us that the American people, well, everyone really has they have such a short attention span. And that's one reason that they are broadcasting these hearings, to remind people with these stark videos just what happened. They're going to show the violence. They're going to have police officers there who were injured to testify. They're going to have filmmakers, documentary filmmaker, to show just what happened. And hopefully, we live in a time where people are riveted by what? Johnny Depp. And they want to put democracy front and center and show how close this country was to actually having something that never happened before.
Okay, Mary, Nathan went to great lengths to talk about how Liz Cheney, a Republican, has really been leading this so far. But Adam Schiff, of course, a Democrat who has crossed Donald Trump on a number of occasions, said this is an important story, one that must be told to ensure that it never happens again. How important do you think it is to get this on the record, to show new interviews, and bring out this previously unseen, unheard information?
Of course, it's very important to get this on the record. People have been hearkening back to what happened with Watergate, and we still are talking about that. And I believe it was very intentional that Liz Cheney took the lead on this to show that it is a bipartisan effort. And it's not just about politics. And I think that that was really quite intentional on their part. And also bringing out folks like William Barr, Ivanka Trump, Jared Kushner, people who are certainly Republican. And you would say they certainly were on Trump's side, but they were basically saying that there was no truth, no evidence that the election wasn't free and fair and that Joe Biden won.
You know, Mary, here in D.C., I live 8 blocks from the Capitol, and I cannot escape the ongoing investigation. But how is this congressional probe playing out in other places, the heartland and where you are right now, the Deep South?
Well, it is interesting because, in the time of Watergate, you had the networks, everyone was running it. Now some are not. You also did not have alternative views of the case that were so much front and center. Now we have such a polarized electorate, and so for so many, the opinion of what happened, it's baked in, where some people do feel, so many, I think, almost 3/4 of Republicans that believe that Donald Trump won. So it will be very difficult to break through, which is why I think you are going to see films, videos, almost a TV production to try to break through and maybe have people who are on the fence or having some doubts to look at this again and take another look at it. But it's going to be difficult. And also you have Republicans making the case, why are we talking about this? Instead of inflation and other things that they would much more want to focus on with the midterms coming up.
Exactly. There'll be plenty of time for that down the road, Mary. Thanks very much. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.